News 5 on your side presents Kaleidoscope, focusing on people who make a difference in Northeast Ohio communities.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the broadcast again. Graduates of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District interested in a career in law are eligible for summer internships through the Cleveland Metropolitan Bar Association, the Lewis Stokes Scholars Program, as it's called. Attorney Carter Strang is founder of the program, and attorney Brandon Brown is a former participant. They are both here to share more information on the application process. We will hear from them in just a moment. Then later on, the Greater Cleveland Food Bank, Karen Posner, will update us on the Harvest for Hunger campaign and how you can help. And on the program after that, Monica Green, owner of So Kinky, So Curly, So Straight, the salon, will tell us about the Beauty and Barber Empowering Center. Good morning, everyone. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and so we begin. Beginning with two good guys here. We brought in the attorneys here. Attorney Brandon Brown, former student with the Lewis Stokes Scholars Program, is to the left, and Carter Strang, Lewis Stokes Program, of the Lewis Stokes Program, and with the Cleveland Metropolitan Bar Association, is on the right. Good to have you both with us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me. Let's start with you, Carter. When you were the president of the Bar Association here in the Greater Cleveland area, you started the Lewis Stokes Scholars Program. What is it, and what was in your mind?
So in 2012, I had a one-year term as Cleveland Metropolitan Bar president, and we, as a bar association in Cleveland, we want to encourage, we want to make the legal profession more diverse and inclusive. And we saw that we had great programs for high school students, great programs for law students. We had nothing for students that were in college. And so the Lewis Stokes program was designed to fill that gap. And it provides paid summer legal internships for kids interested in becoming lawyers who are graduates of either the CMSD high schools, any of them, or of Shaw High School. Yeah. And they're paid $1,800 for June and July, 8 weeks, and 20 hours a week would be the time commitment. And
they're being set up to become lawyers.
That's correct.
They're in that pipeline. Along comes Brandon Brown a few years ago, and he gets the Lewis Stokes Scholar Program scholarship. And what happened after that, Brandon Brown?
So in 2012, this was after my second year at Oberlin College in undergrad. I was able to have the opportunity to be selected as part of the inaugural class of Stokes Scholars. It was a new program at the time, but I was really excited. I had worked with the bar before, so I knew the caliber of work that they did. So I knew that it was a great opportunity for me.
And what are you doing right now?
And so right now, fast forward, I work for the city of Cleveland. I'm in their law department, specifically public safety sector. So we deal with all things police, fire, EMS, corrections. So yeah, now I'm an attorney.
Now you're an attorney after all of that.
The pipeline.
The pipeline. Right. So Brandon is an idea, the proof of the pudding.
Yes.
And so what happens now? This program still goes on, right?
Yes. So we have 67 that have graduated, 67 Stokes Scholars. We have 7 in law school. We have a number that have applied for, been accepted for this fall. So Brandon led the way. He is the very first of our Stokes Scholars to graduate from law school, but we have many, many more that are following. And another purpose of this program is to keep our Cleveland kids with promise here in Cleveland. Many went on to college in other places, and we were losing them. They would get internships in other cities. This brings them back, and they want to stay here. And again, Brandon's a good example of that.
How can these young people get in that pipeline now? How do they apply for the 2018 scholarships and scholarships on down range?
So you have to, it's an application process and an interview process. And applications are available through the Cleveland Metropolitan Bar website at clemetrobar.org, Stokes Scholars, or you can call the Bar Association at 216-696-3525.
Yeah, we've got the phone numbers on the screen and the website there.
And the application deadline has now been extended to April 16th.
I'm holding up a photograph right here of Lee Fisher on the left. He's the dean of the Cleveland Marshall Law School right over at Cleveland State University. And on the right there is Brandon. Tell me about this. What were you feeling when you got your law degree?
Just a feeling of accomplishment. That it's a milestone. It's the culmination of so much hard work from not just myself, but I always say my graduations are as much for my parents as they are for me, because they sacrificed so much for me. So yeah, it was that's pretty much what I was feeling, just accomplishment.
When did you know that you wanted to be an attorney?
I think for sure I knew I wanted to be an attorney my freshman year of high school. This is after I competed in the mock trial tournament, which was again facilitated by the Bar Association. And so I think after going through that process, that's when I knew that I wanted to be an attorney.
Yeah. Carter, how many young people do we have in the program right now?
So last summer we had 13. It varies, but it's somewhere always in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Some are returning scholars, and you can do it several years in a row, as Brandon did. We just change your placement. So Brandon was at our law firm, Tucker Ellis, one year, was at the courts another year, so it's a broad experience.
What are you looking for in a student? What is it that you specifically look for? You can't give a scholarship to everybody in town, but what are you looking for?
So in terms of requirements, in addition to being a graduate or about to graduate from a CMSD school or a Shaw, if you are presently in your senior year, you'd have to have a 3.0, and you have to have an interest in becoming a lawyer. If you're presently in college, there is no GPA requirement. We're looking for someone who has an interest in law. And that's primarily it. Someone who, like Brandon, has an interest, and we provide a structure, we provide some guidance, and everybody that's selected is paired at the law firm or court or legal nonprofit that they're working at. They're paired with a Stokes Scholar mentor who's going to work with them, make sure they have a great summer, and keep in touch with them when they go to college.
We've got the website at the bottom of the screen and the phone number, more information on everything we're talking about if you're interested in getting in that pipeline and filling out an application to become perhaps one of the Lewis Stokes Scholar Program recipients. Carter Strang and the Cleveland Bar Association changed your life, didn't they?
Absolutely, yeah. They gave me a path to get to where I wanted to go. I'm not going to say that I wouldn't necessarily be here, but I wouldn't have taken the path that I did if it wasn't for the Bar Association.
You find satisfaction in practicing the law?
Absolutely, absolutely. I find that it gives me, a lot of people say knowledge is power. I feel like it gives me a voice, and that knowledge of knowing the law and knowing how to apply it gives me a certain sense of agency that I don't know if I would have otherwise.
A lot has happened in the last 6 or 7 years for you, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's been a whirlwind, but it's been a growing experience, and now I feel like I'm in a good place to continue going forward and continue growing. And
in the final 10 seconds, that's the testimony you need to hear from more people involved.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There are many more Brandon Browns out there, potentially, and this is one way that we're going to have more success stories.
Good deal.
For the future.
Many thanks. Carter Strang of the Cleveland Metropolitan Bar Association, former president, and Brandon Brown, former student, Lewis Stokes Scholars Program recipient, now a practicing attorney working for the city of Cleveland, working in City Hall. Many thanks. Good to have you both with us.
Right,
I'll take a break. I'll be right back. We're going to talk about how you can help provide meals for those who are in need here in Northeast Ohio. I'll be right back in just a moment. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope. Always glad to have you with us. I'm Leon Bibb. The Greater Cleveland Food Bank is in the midst of the annual Harvest for Hunger campaign. Director of Communications and Special Events, Karen Posner, is here to explain how you can help our neighbors in need and how I can help our neighbors in need, all of us working together. Right, Karen?
Absolutely.
Good to see you. Good to
see you.
Harvest for Hunger.
Yes.
What you try to do is make sure that the people who are in need of food get food.
Absolutely. This is our annual spring campaign. We have a lofty goal this year of raising enough for 22 million meals. And we have to, because the need is still there. So there's lots of ways for people to participate in the campaign. One of the easiest ways is through Check Out Hunger. That's when you're at your local supermarket. You're probably seeing the coupons at the checkout. You can just pull one of those coupons and make a donation right there at the checkout.
Right. I was in the supermarket just the other day, and the day before, and the day before that. Buying
Every little bit helps.
Buying a little bit, and we contribute that way. But I also write a check and I send it to Harvest for Hunger.
That's great. That's another way. I mean, there's, like I said, there's so many ways. Not only through Check Out Hunger, you can go to our website, the GreaterClevelandFoodBank.org. You can host a food and funds drive at your company or organization. It's a great team building opportunity as well.
How widespread and how deep is the problem of hunger in Northeast Ohio?
It continues to be a major issue. Even though, you know, we've recovered from the recession, there is still a great need. Many of the people who went back to work after the recession, they're in lower wage paying jobs, really struggling to make ends meet. And, you know, the people that are coming, they're really finding themselves in tough situations where they have to choose between food or utilities, especially with this, you know, long cold winter, or having to choose between food and medicine. A lot of seniors are having to make that decision more and more, and we're continuing to see it increase.
And you're asking companies, you're even asking companies to launch campaigns. I've got a very good friend who works at First Energy, based in Akron. And my good friend down there was talking about that company has a special project to get the employees involved in Harvest for Hunger. That's what you need.
Absolutely. We have hundreds of companies participating. And the great thing about Harvest for Hunger is, yes, the Cleveland Food Bank participates, but there's actually 4 food banks in Northeast Ohio that we're all running the campaign in conjunction together. So the effort is covering 21 counties in Northeast Ohio. And again, like I said, we have hundreds of companies, and they're doing a lot of fun things. You know, they have jeans days, they have bake sales, bingo. I mean, and it's, like I said, it's a great way to build your team spirit too.
What kind of foods are we looking for now?
Well, you know, high protein food items. If you want to make a food donation, you know, we accept like canned soup, canned vegetables, tuna fish, peanut butter. Those are the types of foods. And then with the money raised through Harvest for Hunger, for every $1, we can provide enough food for 4 nutritious meals.
You mean $1 equals 4 meals?
Yes.
$10 equals 40 meals.
It's pretty simple math, but it is pretty impactful.
So if we give the money, if we get the money, we can stretch that dollar.
Absolutely.
For a family.
Yes.
I mean, this is significant. This is significant stuff here in Northeast Ohio. I mean, the problem of hunger in this nation is huge, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it really is. And you know, right now there's so much happening in government and with legislation that might be coming up over the next year. It's really important to remember to take care of those in need. And you know, with that donation, we can make that money stretch so much further because we have volunteers who come to the food bank all the time who are helping us with, you know, repacking food, with making meals in the kitchen, and then getting that food out to the people who need it most.
I've got a phone number on the screen. We want to emphasize that phone number, 216-738-2265. Everything we're talking about, more information, or go to greaterclevelandfoodbank.org. You can contribute by
you can make a donation there online. You can find out how to get involved. If you'd rather, you know, volunteer or advocate on behalf of the food bank, there's lots of ways.
In our final minute, paint a picture of what's going on inside that food bank there on the East Shoreway around East 152nd Street. Paint a picture on what's happening inside your beautiful food bank.
You know, it is a hustling, bustling place. A lot of people, when they walk in, they're amazed at how big it is. At any given time, we could have, you know, 2 to 3 million pounds of food going through. So we'll have volunteers repacking, volunteers in our kitchen making meals, and then all of that food is going out either via our fleet of trucks, or we also have, you know, pantries and hunger programs that are coming to pick up the food. So it really is, it's a busy place every day of the week. You know, we're in operations.
Several counties.
We serve 6, the Cleveland Food Bank alone serves 6 counties in Northeast Ohio, and we have over 900 programs. So those include pantries, hot meals, shelters. We're serving more kids, seniors, through senior meals. It's really a pretty impressive operation.
Many thanks, and you're impressive talking about it as well.
Thank you.
Many thanks, Karen Posner, Director of Communications and Special Events for the Greater Cleveland Food Bank. There's the phone number at the bottom of the screen. There's the website as well. Do make a contribution. I do all the time.
We appreciate
throughout
it.
The year. I do.
The need is year-round.
It is year-round. We love to eat. Everybody should eat every day. I'll take a break. We'll be right back in just a moment, providing job opportunities in our local communities. We will talk about that after we do this first. Welcome Welcome back to more Kaleidoscope today. Monica Dannelly Green is the owner of Barber and Beauty Empowerment Center, and So Kinky, So Curly, So Straight, the salon. The Beauty and Barber Empowerment Center, located in Shaker Square, is geared toward utilizing workforce development training programs to train individuals who are pursuing careers in the beauty industry. Monica is here to tell us more about that. Good to see you, Monica Dannelly Green. Beauty and Barber Empowerment Center. Tell me about that.
Well, the Beauty and Barber Empowerment Center, our goal is to empower, to educate, and to employ, and or teach those who are interested in that field to become entrepreneurs. So we're really there to be a resource to the beauty and barber professional.
Yeah. What kind of training programs do you provide?
Well, at the Beauty and Barber Empowerment Center, we have a Success Steps training program for those who are currently licensed, and they're already licensed barbers or stylists who need a step up in their career. Because just because you graduate from beauty school, it doesn't mean that you have the acumen to actually do good business. So that's our bridge program. In addition to that, we have an academy inside of the Empowerment Center where we're training those who are interested in becoming cosmetologists or natural hairstylists on how to get their state board license, so they'll actually be licensed.
In other words, just because you can do hair, as they say, you can work with hair and beauty things. There's a business side to the business. You need to know about the money coming in, money going out, and how to save money and how to do business.
How to communicate, like yourself. Just basic things. Exactly. All of those things are absolutely true. Once you graduate from the cosmetology school or the barber school, there's an advanced process that needs to happen so that those who are in that industry can really capitalize on being able to have a career path and take care of their families.
You own the So Kinky, So Straight, So Kinky, So Curly, So Straight, the salon.
Yes.
What are the challenges you face in the beauty business?
One of the biggest challenges as a salon owner is that when people come out of beauty school, they're not necessarily prepared to be able to service customers. Not so much just in hair, because you can always enhance your hair skills, but can you communicate effectively? Do you have problem-solving skills? Can you come to work on time? Can you show up, at a real level? So those are basic things, but those are huge things.
Those are huge things in any line of work. Can you, even here at Channel 5, can you show up? Can you do the job?
Right.
And can I count on you to be here every day?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So those are some of the things that you talk about in the Beauty and the Barber Empowerment Center.
Exactly. That's our goal right there.
What prompted you to do this? You were running the salon. What prompted you to expand it into that empowerment center?
Well, two things. One, from a salon owner's perspective, what I just shared was crucial, and I could see the demand from the public wanting to really be in a professional environment, wanting to get their hair service, especially in our community. We're going to go to the salon. The other side of that was the workforce prepared to service that customer, and it was no. So actually my brother and he actually was the brainchild. I can't take the credit in that regard of developing the Beauty and Barber Empowerment Center. He has a consulting company that empowers and educates people to excel, and we've collided those worlds. I've always wanted to train the individuals. We were doing it in the salon anyway, and so we came together and developed this Beauty and Barber Empowerment Center idea, and then I could take the training that we were doing in the salon and expand it across the industry so that we can empower the industry. If we can empower the industry, then we can increase economic value in our communities, because we spend $9 billion in this category and we're only 12% of the population. We spend big money in beauty.
There's big money in that.
Absolutely.
Many places you go, you see the sights of that. What can people do to first off, where are you located?
The Beauty and Barber Empowerment Center is located in Shaker Square, so we're right on the corner near the cinema at 13104 Shaker Square.
Shaker Square, right there in Southeast Cleveland, right on the border with Shaker Heights. Shaker Square is in the city of Cleveland.
Absolutely.
West Siders may not realize that, but Shaker Square is in Cleveland, but right near Shaker Heights. There's a phone number we're going to put on the screen. It is 888-541-2232. More information on everything that you and I are talking about. Or you can go to beautyandbarber.org and get more information on everything we're talking about. I've got a minute remaining. What do you see for the future? What's on the horizon?
On the horizon is, as people who are currently in the beauty industry have interest in expanding expanding their career path. We want to educate them. We want to provide empowerment for them. We want to be support for them. And then we want to place them in salons so that we can have a better workforce. Those who are interested in the beauty industry, we want them to come to school. We have affordable tuition. Our program is only $6,000 for those who want to become a cosmetologist, $3,500 for those who are interested in becoming a natural stylist. And once they come through the program, we'll take them through success steps is what we call it. It's that bridge. It's actually a grant. We had a grant from United Black Fund for that to assist those. And then we'll place them into salons, or they can come into So Curly, So Kinky, So Straight. It's an advanced training center in a sense. We're hands-on with those who work with us and at So Curly, So Kinky, So Straight. And then we created another brand called the Healthy Hair, the H2 Salon. And so we can transition them on to really become healthy hairstylists. So.
Okay. Many thanks for being on the broadcast. That's a lot there.
I know.
But it's good. It's all good.
Trying to get it all out.
Many thanks. Monica Donnelly Green, owner of Beauty and Barber Empowerment and So Kinky, So Curly, So Straight, the salon. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, too.
I'll take a break. Marsha Mockabee, the Urban League, with a commentary after this. Marsha Mockabee of the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, always with something on her mind, and I wonder, what is it today, my friend?
Let's look and see. Hi, Leon. How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay, good. I want to share with our community and with you some recent developments at the Urban League of Greater Cleveland. We have relaunched our Urban League Young Professionals organization, which is one of our auxiliary organizations, and it's for individuals 21 to 40. And we're very excited. They had their first event recently and are getting ready to charter. And so we're excited because having young professionals as a part of the Urban League is a way to make sure that we can pass the torch to the next generation of leaders for the Urban League.
Right. So you're getting them into, as we said earlier, in an earlier, you're getting them in the pipeline.
Absolutely.
And you're getting them ready to take over responsibility, working with the Urban League and other organizations as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they are going to be, like the Guild, an auxiliary that becomes ambassadors for the Urban League. They help raise money, they help do projects in the community, and a number of things. And it's a great professional development kind of arm for young professionals.
Where would you say the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, in our last 40 seconds, where would you say the Urban League places its emphasis right now?
I think it places its emphasis on economic development as it aligns to education, workforce, and entrepreneurship.
All of those pieces fit together.
All of those pieces fit together, absolutely.
And if you can get the education, then you can get the job.
Exactly.
And now that you've got the job, we want to develop that and get you to save some money and invest some money in businesses, which helps everybody else.
You got it, Leon. I think you should come and do that commercial for us.
I think I'll come work for the Urban League.
I love it.
Working for Marsha Mockabee next. That's going to do it for us. Many thanks, Marsha.
Thank you, Leon.
I love what you